Thank you for watching Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness. I'm Laura Wilson, 200-hour certified yoga instructor. And today we're going to explore legs up the wall pose with support. I'm using a rolled up comforter, but you can use pillows, blocks, blankets, anything that you have handy. What this is going to do is help elevate our hips a little higher than our heart, giving us a more full inversion experience than just doing this straight at the wall, which you can do today if you don't have any of that other stuff on hand. So you can just do a regular roll up, but this again is going to give you a little more full of an inversion experience. All right, so get what you need and let's make our way into our legs up the wall pose. So the first way, one way to do this is to go ahead like I'm about to do. I'm going to do it on the comforter itself and roll up, but you by all means can start on the floor, roll up, put your feet on the wall to lift your bottom up, and stick whatever you want to use underneath you then. Either way you do it, you want to start sideways and get your bottom as close to the wall as possible. And then lay down, roll the legs up. So if you are on something, you might have to adjust a little bit. And again, you can always push onto the wall, lift up, take whatever it is underneath your hips, and then come back down. All right, so once we're here, let's just begin. Arms wherever it's comfortable, and just begin to feel all the blood and lymph, everything, any other fluid that may be in our feet and ankles start to come back toward our core. One of the benefits of inversions, especially the higher the hips are, is one, it gives you a different perspective from normal because you're upside down looking at the world from the entirely opposite angle as usual. Another one is it reduces swelling and draws lymph out of your feet, which is supposed to draw toxins out of your feet as well. And since lymph has to hitchhike with the vascular system, your blood vessels, this is a good way to help draw it right back out to where all those toxins can be eliminated. But let's begin right here, again, just allowing ourselves to feel this inversion wherever we are. Maybe even closing our eyes, allowing our head to roll back. Taking several deep breaths in and out through our nose. We can add a little hip opening to this by just allowing our legs to open up any amount. And again, just noticing any sensations in our body, anything we might be feeling. Seeing if we can make each breath deeper than the one before. It's recommended to stay in inversions at least 5 minutes to get the full effects of them. Of course, longer is going to give you more effects. If you find a particular pose that's really relaxing to you, feel free to pause the video and stay there a while. Let's bring our feet back up. This time we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Let our feet come down toward our body, knees opening up. And we can even assist that with a little more opening if we choose. Again, breathing deeply. So these two variations get a little inner hip opening. We're going to look at some outer hip opening in a moment. And one thing about this variation, if we are on the support, again, our hips are a little higher than our heart, so it is going to give us still more of an inversion sensation than doing this on the floor in this particular pose. Let's go ahead and take the feet back up. So for that outer hip, we're going to find a figure 4. Keep this foot relaxed. Keep this knee in closer than the foot. And then just let gravity help you out here. Lowering the legs down, whatever amount. One thing about it, when we're in this pose, we can always let ourselves sink a little bit at a time. Allowing us to get deeper into this pose than what we sometimes do when we're just lying on the floor, holding on to our legs and hugging it in. This is going to get us, I'm already telling that this is a little closer in than normal from just using the hands. As always, breathing deeply. If we get to a point where we can't breathe easily, we want to back off again. Of course, we also have variations to make it a little deeper if we need. And again, hold these poses longer if you're liking this. I know I really like this pose. Let's switch the figure 4 to the other side. And just noticing if there's any difference in our hips. There usually are. Legs up the wall is also a good pose to use for final relaxation in a regular yoga class. Getting a little hard to talk right here. And just remember, we listen to our own body here about how far we want to go or whether we need to back off. I personally find inversions very relaxing because they're drawing everything out of the feet and legs. It's very good if you have varicose veins. In fact, one of the things they make you do with varicose veins, if you go in. So let's just take another moment to feel our feet getting lighter. Our legs get lighter. And of course we do have variations where we can look at a variation of our shoulder stand, feet on the wall, lifting our hips up. That, however, can put a strain on our neck. And so this is our friendly inversion. And again, with support, it gives us more of that sensation. We can also experiment with drawing into a split. Breathing deeply. Another thing to keep in mind is the longer we stay in an inversion like this, the longer we want to take to come out of it. So the first step for that would be bending the knees and rolling over to one side. We'll take the bottom arm up, and in my case I'm going to go ahead and roll off the blanket and stay right here for at least 5 breaths. We never want to come up from relaxation of any sort really fast. It's kind of like if you're sitting and you stand up really fast, you sometimes fall back down into the chair. Too quick of a transition can be more than your body can handle. And of course, we want to listen to our own body in yoga. When we're ready, we'll use our top hand to help press ourselves up. And now I'm back to where I started. Just noticing how the legs feel. In fact, I might just leave them out like this for a moment. Noticing how our body feels. Legs up the wall is great to do right before bed, especially if you do it with the extra support. I like to do it next to the wall on my bed and then just kind of turn around, stay right there in bed. But it's nice and relaxing for the legs, especially if you have that restless leg that goes on these days. Legs up the wall is wonderful for that as well. It also helps boost your immune system because, again, it's drawing lymph back to your core for elimination. And the lymph glands are our immune system. So let's take a nice deep inhale. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Namaste.